Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. A few weeks ago, someone asked me what some of the VS Code extensions that I'm using. So I have decided to make a video on it to show you guys what extensions that I'm frequently using to help me be productive and also speed up my productivity. So let's go through the extensions that I'm using. So there is a lot of extensions for VS Code. It depends on your tech stack. So if your tech stack is different, it's okay. You don't have to have the same extensions like me. So for me, I'm a Python web developer. So my VS Code extension may differ from what you have, but I'm going to highlight the most commonly used VS Code for Python web developers. And if you have any extensions that need you need to share with us, you can comment in the video comments so that we can know about those extensions. So these are some of my extensions that I have installed for my VS Code. So I'm going to explain each, those ones that I feel that each Python developer need to have. So this is my first one, auto close tag. Auto close tag is very important because it automatically closes the tag. Okay, so for example, if let me create a HTML page so that I can illustrate how that close works. So say .html, then let me say something like that. Now you can see if I type h1 and then hit enter, it automatically closes this h1 tag. Okay, so that is the work of that. And then I have auto rename tag. So this one renames both um, opening tag and closing tag. So for example, if I want to change h1 tag, so I only need to change the opening tag, let's say to h2. Let me say to, then let's have something like homepage here, and then let us rename this. Let us have another one, say paragraph. Let us have lorem, okay, something like that. So now if I want to rename this, you can see if I deleted p tag, it has deleted the closing tag. And if I say this one, I want it to be, say p. So you can see you can rename this. Let me try to name this as well. So you can see whenever I change the opening tag, the closing tag automatically is changed. These are two essential VS Code extensions that I normally use for my HTML templates. And then I have this C++. If you're a C developer, you can use this. But I want to highlight those ones that I use quite oftenly. And then I have this class autocomplete for HTML. So for this, let's define a class. Let's say class. You can see it is giving me the suggestion for the class. If I hit enter, it generates that and say header, something like that. Okay. So that is what this extension does. It is intelligent autocomplete for HTML class attributes. Okay, and then I have the color the tag. This extension will make your HTML tag colorful, so you can see my p tag is quite different from the body. If I try to add another tag here, say h1, you can see the color is different for h1 from the p tag. Okay, so that is the function of this color tag name extension. And then we have a CSS pick, allows picking to your CSS ID class string as definition from. And then I also have database client JDBC adapter. I have Docker. Yes, I use Docker to create containers. I have this ES7 for React. I have the format HTML tag header. So this one, I also have GitHub Actions because I normally develop my project. I normally, for those projects that I'm working with virtual private servers, I normally like to create a CI/CD pipeline, so that I don't have to go back and forth with the servers. I just on push or on pull, the changes reflect. So I normally use GitHub Actions, and that is why it is here. I also have AI. GitHub Copilot is my pair programmer. So it is a very great AI. If you are a student, you can get it for free. There is a student pack where they give for the students to use it for free. And then if you are not a student, you can pay for it. But it's a great AI which helps you debug and sometimes helps you to generate some code for you where you are stuck. But you have to be careful so that you don't get involved in it too much, so that you forget you need to learn. So for me, when I'm in rush, I normally use it, but when I want to learn something and understand it, I normally disable it. So for example, right now it is disabled. When I want to do something that I need to learn, I normally disable it so that I can learn well without having copying the code. I need to think for myself. I have this GitHub Copilot chat. This one helps you chat with the Copilot. In case you have any problem, you can ask. And then we have HTML CSS suggestion. As the name suggests, it does exactly as the name says, HTML class suggestions. And then we have HTML CSS support. This is a very crucial. Whenever you install your VS Code, you need to have this HTML CSS support. And then HTML end tag labels. So this extension, I find it very useful. So for example, you can see we have here class header, and then we have this end tag label header. Sometimes you may have a lot of HTML code, and then you want to delete some part, but you don't know where that division class starts and where it ends. So this HTML end tag label extension helps you. So for example, these let me add another class here, say class paragraph. So you can see it has ended that paragraph right here. So if I want to delete this, I will just click here and look for this name ending here and select everything and delete. So this is a very good tag. It shows you where the tag starts and where it ends, so that you can do changes that you need to do if it's deleting or anything. And then we have HTML format. Okay, you can format your HTML. And then we have HTML tag wrapper. And then I have IntelliSense for CSS class names in HTML. And then since I'm a Python web developer, I'm using Django oftenly. So I need to use Django template engine, which is Ginger. So I have installed Ginger here. And then I have Jupyter. This is not a must. So, and then I have a live server. For the web developers, you need to have live server. It's very crucial. And then I'm using prettier code format to format my HTML templates. Okay, so for example, we can let us see how this prettier works. So let's say I have a p tag, and let me have lorem. You can see it is extending far away. If I control S, you can see it as formatted nicely. Okay, so that is the work of this. And then if you are a Pythonist, you need to have a Pylance. It is also a formatter. And then you have to install Python, though VS Code has inbuilt Python extension, but I normally like to just install it in case. And then I have Python debugger. Then I have sorting HTML and JD attributes. Then I have SQLite since I'm using Django. But I need to have this SQLite. And then I have SSH clients. As I said earlier, I normally use GitHub Action to create my pipelines for continuous integration and continuous development. So I normally use these SSH clients. And then SVG, I'm a Tailwind CSS lover, so you need to have this Tailwind CSS IntelliSense if you are using Tailwind CSS in your templates for styling. So you need to install this Tailwind CSS IntelliSense extension. It is very crucial because it gives you those suggestions, and also when it comes to colors, it gives you class name suggestions. Like, it's very nice. I also have Vue. I'm still learning Vue, so I have this Vue language support. So those are the extensions that I'm using. If you don't have to have exactly my extensions, but some of these extensions, as a web developer, you need to have them. And there is a lot of extension. If you want to install an extension, you just come here, extensions, and then search here in the marketplace the extension that you want to install. So depending on your tech stack, you may have different extension preference depending on the project that you are building as well. So that is it for this video. If you find this video helpful, please consider subscribing and also giving it a thumbs up. See you in the next video.